And hello again, everybody. This is Michael Dempsey for HorseBettingWorld.com. It's Friday, July 29th. We're going to take a look at some of the key three-year-old stakes action coming up this weekend. On Saturday, we've got the $500,000 Jim Dandy, a Grade 2 race at Saratoga. On Saturday, we've got the $1 million Haskell Invitational at Monmouth Park. By the time the weekend's over, we should have a pretty good grasp of the three-year-old division. Of course, Animal Kingdom had surgery a couple of weeks ago. The Derby winner is off the trail here for the next 3 or 4 months. We're going to see Shackelford, the Preakness winner, in action, as well as the top 3 finishers from the Belmont Stakes. So a couple of good betting races. First, we're going to talk about the Jim Dandy at Saratoga. It goes off as race 10 at 5:45 Eastern Time. It's part of a 1-hour telecast somewhere at Saratoga, so you'll be able to see it live on the Versus Network, along with the Deanna, a Grade 1 race for fillies and mares on the turf. I'm going to go with Stay Thirsty, who's making his first start since rebounding with a solid effort in the Belmont Stakes, where the colt was a game second behind Ruler on Ice, who goes in Sunday's Haskell Invitational. The colt stalked the early pace in the 2-path, was angled down to the inside towards the rail. Looked like he was going to be a winner coming up the rail there, but he couldn't catch Ruler on Ice. I thought the racing strip was a kind of speed that day. There wasn't an overtly heavy speed bias, but the speed did perform well on Belmont Stakes Day, so that might have hurt Stay Thirsty just a tad. The colt ran well over the Spa main track last year, checking in second in the hopeful at 7 furlongs behind Boys at Tuscanova. Colt broke his maiden at Saratoga as well. There's really not much pace in here. This guy should get a good tracking trip sitting on or just off the pace. I think Stay Thirsty is going to be tough to beat. Alternation's my second choice, who made a good late rally, get up late to win the Peter Pan last out at Belmont Park for his first stakes win. Colt was off a beat slow and made a mile late run to finish 5th in the Arkansas Derby 2-back. He returns off a 2.5-month break here and has shown improvement each time Donnie Van Hemel sends him out. Colt is out of the stakes winner Alternate. He won a little over $500,000. He's been working at Arlington Park over the poly track, so he should be fit and ready to go off that short break. He did have one breeze over the Spa main track as well. My third choice in the race is Brilliant Speed, who finished 1.5 lengths behind our top pick in the Belmont Stakes. Colt was 4 wide in the early going and fanned out even very wide coming home. Finished a game third over the sloppy track, which, as I said, might have been a little bit speed favoring that day. And I think Brilliant Speed's not going to get much of a pace set up on Saturday as well, so that's going to compromise him a little bit. But I think he's a pretty talented runner, and of course a Grade 1 winner. So Brilliant Speed, my third choice in the race. Stay Thirsty on top, Alternation, and Brilliant Speed, my second and third choices, and Dominus is my fourth choice. On Sunday, we've got a really good betting race, the $1 million Haskell Invitational. This will be nationally televised as well on ABC. And I'm going to go with a bomb here. Number 7, JJ's Lucky Train, who's 20-1 in the morning line. He's trying 9 furlongs in Grade 1 company for the first time here for the William Anderson barn, and should be a generous price. The guy seldom runs a bad one. He's landed in the exacta in 8 of his 10 career starts. Last out in the Woody Stevens, a Grade 2 race at 7 furlongs in the mud. He made a good late rally to finish in the runner-up spot behind the Lucent Elite Justin Phillip, which was over an inside speed favoring racing strip. 2 back in the Derby trial at Churchill Downs. He was ranked early while in between foes. He fought the jock for more than half the trip and finished up well with some interest for third. The runner-up Dominus came back to win the Dwyer, while the 5th place finisher Indiano came back to win the Unbridled at Calder on June 11th, then won the Carryback, a Grade 2 race, on July 9th. The main question mark is whether he's going to be able to handle the extra ground. He did run well going 2 turns on the inner track at the Big A this year, and runner-up finishes in the Whirlaway and the Count Fleet, and he's going to get overlooked here. He's got Paco Lopez in the irons, and he's 20-1 in the morning line. It's probably going to go up more like 12-1 or 14-1, but I think he's still going to offer some value in the race. My second choice in the race is Coil, who ships in from the left coast for the Bob Baffert barn, that won this race last year with Looking at Lucky. The colt was beaten just ahead last out in the swaps in his first start at 9 furlongs by Dreamy Kid, who was 19-1 and coming off a 4th place finish in Allowance 1 optional claimer. So I'm not really sure how tough the swaps really came out. The colt won the Affirmed 2-back in his first start around 2 turns and popped 106 buyer in that race. Actually in beating Allowance 1 optional claimers off a 6-month layoff 3 back. So off the bench, 106 buyer. You know, Baffert takes the blinkers off, and he's pretty good with that move. 41% winners with a positive return on investment. It's just really tough to gauge how good this guy is. He's by point given out of a theatrical mare that's dropped one other foal to race, Familiar Shine, with her lone win coming on the main track of Thistledown, going a mile. So when Baffert ships east, they're usually live. So question is the price. He's 3-1 in the morning line, so I'm going to use him, but I'm going to a little bit be wary of the price. And my third choice in the race is Pants on Fire, who is one of 2 in here with a win over the main track. He took the Pegasus last out in a sharp effort. That's a grade 3 race. He stumbled out of the gate in that race as well. He was 8th in the Kentucky Derby. Took some play that day. He was sent off at 8-1 off his win in the Louisiana Derby grade 2 race. He picks up a new jockey today in Elvis Trujillo, and he's one of 2 Kelly Breen runners. I'm hoping this Pants on Fire is the better price of the 2, of course. Ruler on Ice, the Belmont Stakes winner. So I'm going to go with a bomb here in the Haskell Invitational. Go with JJ's Lucky Train over Coil, Pants on Fire, and my 4th choice in the race, Ruler on Ice. And notice I don't have Shackelford in this group here. So Shackelford's been kind of a nemesis of mine. I've had him a couple times. I haven't had him a couple times. I seem to have him at the wrong time. So hopefully he doesn't fire his best in the Haskell. So we'll get a little bit of a price. Don't forget to stop by horsebettingworld.com. You can get my full card report for Saratoga 6 days a week. Also, don't forget to check us out both on Twitter and on Facebook. Have a great weekend at the races. It's going to be a fun weekend.